Hey dude man, I'm a dude man.
Huh?
Oh, hey dude man. Oh, hey gamers, Damon here. Happy Halloween! And this year, I dressed up as the most terrifying thing ever. A job application! And to celebrate, I thought I'd talk about my favorite DreamWorks Halloween specials. If you don't remember these, then you low-key missed out. Because DreamWorks would make like a billion different TV specials based on the most popular movies that would have surprisingly high animation quality and have most celebrity voice actors returning. So today, I thought it'd be a little spooky if I talked about two of my favorite DreamWorks Halloween specials. The first one being Scared Shrekless. It's gonna be really hard to talk with these vampire teeth in. So we start off with Shrek and his children committing terrorism to trick-or-treaters. Average ogre behavior.
What do you mean by that?
He comes to his house to see all the other fairy tale creatures in his house to jump scare him. But Shrek says that he doesn't get scared because he's the king of Halloween. And Donkey, the annoying jackass, suggests a challenge where everyone tells each other scary stories all night long. And whoever lasts the longest without getting scared will be named the king of Halloween. And so Shrek accepts, knowing that he can easily solo no diff. But to make it fun, he chooses that the location of this challenge will be at Duloc. And it's so spooky after the death of Lord Farquaad. They even find the photo booth from the original film.
Sitting, pooping.
Ooh, let's do that again. No!
As they settle into the castle, they begin telling each other scary stories, and Shrek wanting to get it over with. You know, he'd win easily if he just told some Fortnite horror stories.
Instead of Risky Reels, it was called Rapist Thrills. Dusty Divot was named Bloody Wound. Pleasant Park was renamed Agony Avenue.
The first creepypasta is from Gingy, and this is probably my favorite story, as it's him trying to get a girlfriend, a struggle that I can relate to.
This Sigma Ginger is ordering a girlfriend, but when the chef shows him the available options, he rejects them all until he finally picks the one with the fattest guyot. He was so desperate for the biggest guyot that he pours 200 pounds worth of sugar into the mix, despite the chef's warning against this action. Soon enough, his girlfriend comes out of the oven freshly made, but when he tries to wake her up, there is no response, and he walks away. Suddenly, she wakes up and immediately falls in love with him. The Sigma Ginger is very happy with his new girlfriend as they start having fun, doing all sorts of activities together, until one day, his girlfriend becomes so addicted to his Sigma Johnson that she wouldn't leave him alone for even 5 seconds. Everywhere he goes, she follows until he's had enough and tries to run away.
By the way, the girlfriend is played by Mabel from Gravity Falls and Edith the Lunch Lady. Just thought that would be worth mentioning.
Ooh, feisty little thing.
Anyway, she finds Gingy even after he escapes, but he really doesn't like his obsessive girlfriend. You're lost! And so, he kills her. But what he didn't know is that he kicked her into the Muffin Man's batter, and it creates an army of zombie girlfriends as they break into his house. And the story ends with them all chanting that they'll be together forever.
Yo guys, it's me, Charlie.
But everybody calls bullshit on his story because Cap, he's still alive. Cap! And he runs away after being exposed as a fraud. The next story is one from Donkey and Puss, as it's a Psycho parody. And while not as good as the first one, it's still pretty funny seeing the two fight to tell their own version of this story. We then get to see naked pussy boobs in the shower as he gets murdered by the hotel owner. But that story was so ass that Puss just had to change it to where he actually survives. And the killer is revealed to be Prince Charming, who's packing heat and wanting revenge after the worst Shrek movie, Shrek the Third.
Donkey! Donkey! Wake up!
And then he kills Puss. Then he comes back to life, and back and forth happens over and over and over again, until Puss changes the story to have Donkey getting eaten by a giant waffle.
Who said it?
Well, it's Thursday. I don't eat waffles till the weekend.
Which one of you? And who'd you hear it from?
I know, Lathan, but it's your last picture day today. And
If I find them, they're not gonna breathe one last breath on this plane of existence.
But Donkey ends up getting the last laugh because he bribed Pinocchio to spray him with a bunch of water.
see you later, loser.
Fucking bitch.
And finally, we get the final story from Shrek, called The Shreksorcist. Oh, I wonder what this is gonna be a parody of. He pulls up to Geppetto's house as the babysitter to a deranged Pinocchio who's tweaking out of his mind.
Yeah, you think you've seen crazy? Well, you haven't seen crazy, Jay. I'm the king of all crazy. The king to end all crazy.
Shrek then gets brutally assaulted by Pinocchio until he sings him a lullaby.
I'm Golden Freddy. I like to scare, and when I scare, I become a nightmare.
But that doesn't work, and Shrek gets kicked in the nuts. And then Shrek crashes out on him and kicks him out the window. We then see that Jiminy Cricket was actually the cause of all the voices in Pinocchio's head, and he murders him. Die. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think that story sucked. If I was Shrek, I would have made the story about getting a job! Ah!
A job, bro.
I'm not getting no job. Job is for losers.
But hey, it scared the living shit out of Pinocchio, so now it's just Donkey and Shrek. And Donkey is confident that he'll win, until Shrek reminds Donkey about Farquaad's ghost.
Hey man, that was an accident.
And then the castle becomes haunted by his ghost, and goes to attack Donkey, and he runs away. However, it's revealed that it was actually Fiona and the kids the whole time. Wait a minute, how the hell were they able to pull this off? Unrealistic, worst movie ever. And the special ends with Shrek remaining as the king of Halloween and going to assault the 7 dwarfs. Now that was a shockingly scary short. Don't deny it, you shit your pants. Too bad they aren't making any more Shrek movies. Anyways, we have one more special to talk about. Night of the Living Carrots. So you guys remember Monsters vs. Aliens? Oh, none of you guys? Do you guys remember Bob? Yeah, for some strange reason, everybody in 2025 just started to remember that Bob exists. I swear to God, this guy's been on my Twitter timeline for the entire year. But good for us, this special is all about him. That's right, an entire Halloween special focused on the comic relief character that has no brain. But don't worry, instead of being the main character for an entire film or book, it's only for 11 minutes, so it's actually peak here. So let's begin this Halloween masterpiece. So we get a hilarious introduction from Bob himself.
Greetings, fellow Halloweeners.
And this short is actually a sequel to the first Monsters vs. Aliens Halloween special, Mutant Pumpkins from Outer Space. However, we're not covering that today because it doesn't have the funny meme in it.
Elephant green screen effect.
So the mutant DNA infects this carrot patch at the giant lady's house. And our goat Bob comes in and kills him.
Bro, I didn't even slam my shit this fucking hard though, I promise you though.
As he's pulling up to the crib for this epic costume contest, which he gets kicked out of for eating all the candy. And then the fuck-ass zombie carrot jump scares Bob, who's very afraid of carrots. The zombie attacks Bob but misses, and then he throws him into the house, and the carrot attacks the dad, turning him to a zombie. But then Dr. Cockroach and Missing Link pull up and kill the carrot with a ray gun, freeing the dad from the control. But then the pieces of carrot respawn while Dr. House is yapping.
Do you have hair in your special place?
They try and fight off the zombies from getting loose, but Bob keeps shooting them with the blaster, only making more of them.
We're completely surrounded. No, we're not. Now we're completely surrounded.
But thankfully, the Go General Monger shows up and saves the day. The gang bores themselves in the house to survive the carrot zombies, but then Link falls outside and gets attacked by them, getting infected. With Dr. House and Bob remaining, they go upstairs.
Cotton candy bubbles up! Go team go and beat those bums!
I thought this was the funniest shit ever as a kid.
Funny.
But then a zombie carrot attacks Bob from behind, but he doesn't get turned into a zombie because remember, he has no brain, making him immune. And then we get the saddest scene ever made. The carrot attacks Dr. House, and in his last moments before getting infected, he tells Bob that he's the only one who can defeat the zombies, but to do so, he must conquer his greatest fear.
You must eat all the carrots!
No!
Don't cry, little monster. Uncle Monger's got enough carrot puree to feed you your entire life. Jerry, bring over the feed hose ASAP. The boy's hungry.
And I know this scene kind of became a meme and all, but this scene breaks my heart, okay?
Get off him! Get off him, please!
Seeing baby Bob forced against his will to eat all the carrots when he didn't like it, it's horrid! But the scene is cut short as his friends break into the room, and he escapes while initially not wanting to eat all the carrots. Understandably so, carrots are gross! Carrot! But then he realizes that to save his friends, he must eat all the carrots. And this is such peak character development. Bob standing up to the carrots and eating every last one of them, one by one.
That's my girl. Not this time, amigo. Not this time, amigo.
And becoming incredibly gassy.
No!
But after supposedly eating all the carrots, his friends are still infected. That's because there's one remaining carrot who's got his hands on Bob's iconic Nutty Butter Bar. And in a fit of rage, Bob runs to the carrot and eats him alive, saving his friends. They all hug Bob, who's incredibly gassy, and explodes.
Oh, my belly. It's all inflated and fat right now. And I'm releasing big, green, stinky farts.
And the special ends with the plot twist of Bob turning into a zombie. And those were just some of the most classic DreamWorks Halloween specials. But you see, I'm not just dressed up as a job application, and I'm not just Damon dressed up as a vampire. I'm a real vampire! Ooh! And now, I'm gonna suck your dead aha blood. Hey, what's going on in here? Blah, blah, blah. Why do people keep breaking into my house? Kiss the sun, it burns! Ah! Oh well, that was weird. I don't know what he was yapping about, but time for my review of The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby in full color.
Hey, dude man, I'm a dude man.